Hello, I'm Gary Foreman from the Dollar Stretcher, editor, and we're doing a hangout today with Max Hawthorne, a certified personal trainer, an avid boxer, and a martial artist. His new book, Memoirs of a Gym Rat, covers his 20 years in the business, and Max exposes the underside of gyms that you'll never see on those TV commercials. Max, we thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Gary. I am very happy to be here and very excited to be discussing my new book.
And now, a lot of people will probably be looking at gym memberships, especially here as we get to the first of the year and New Year's resolutions and all that type of thing. For those that are not familiar with your work, could you tell us a little bit about what makes you an expert in the world of health clubs?
Oh, sure. I worked in the fitness industry for 20 years. I went through all phases. I started off as a floor instructor, then I became a certified personal trainer, ran groups of trainers, went into sales, and then management, etc. Eventually, I was running clubs up to 40,000 square feet. Some had more than 10,000 members. The 8 different facilities, including a lot of the national chains. And I enrolled approximately 25,000 people into the gyms during that time period.
Wow, so you've pretty much seen and done it all, haven't you?
I have seen it all, and I have seen some scary stuff, which is actually what made me put some of my novels on hold and compelled me to write Memoirs of a Gym Rat, because frankly, people have no idea what goes on in a lot of these places.
What would surprise people most about gyms? Is there everything that even regular members, people who are in the gym 3-4 times a week, wouldn't know?
Well, I think that what would surprise a lot of people would be the background of some of the employees that end up working in some of these places. I was always surprised myself, but I have worked with people whose background included everything from burglary to drug dealing, and I don't mean just steroids, I mean actual drug dealing. One guy had kidnapping on his rap sheet. So unfortunately, a lot of these larger chains, they don't do background checks when they hire people. So you may work with somebody and not realize that this guy just stretched for 5 to 10 for selling heroin or something.
Well, makes the combination lock even a little more important than people might think.
Yeah, that's a workout high I think some people just don't need. So.
Now, is there anything that people do when they sign up for gyms or belong to health clubs that greatly increases their costs that maybe could be avoided?
Well, the first thing, the biggest mistake they make is they do not read Memoirs of a Gym Rat before going into these clubs. And I kid you not, this is the complete tell-all of the fitness industry, all the dirt. But I think that the biggest mistake a lot of people make when they go into a gym is they don't do any research before going in there. The holidays are here, New Year's is around the corner. Millions of people will be joining the gym nationwide, but they don't do any research before they walk in the door. And to a commission-hungry sales rep whose scruples might be, say, in question, you're what I call low-hanging fruit, basically. It's like buying a car and not knowing what you're getting yourself into. You might walk in there looking to spend X number of dollars and spend twice as much as you need to.
Now, what besides reading your book, obviously, what kind of research, what questions should they be asking?
Well, the first thing I always recommend to people is to do a little online research. There are a lot of gyms out there who put out fancy TV commercials, a lot of flash, a lot of sex appeal, etc. The machines all look beautiful and shiny and brand new. That doesn't mean that's what you're actually getting. But if you go online and you go to, say, Consumer Reports, or even just Google them and put blank gym and the word complaint or complaints and see what comes up. If it's all fine and well or some minor stuff, then that's great. But if there's 5 or 10 pages of stuff ranging from staff members selling steroids to sex going on in the clubs to membership ripoffs, you got to think twice before you're going to go and walk in the door.
Mm-hmm. Now, is there anything in terms of length of contract that they should be aware of?
Well, I've put it all together in the book, but in terms of the contracts, I think that people need to make sure that the place they're going to, they see all the options, because these people will get paid on commission, so their goal is to sell you the biggest package possible.
Mm-hmm.
In this day and age, people can't afford to throw away money. So if you're going to go to just one gym and somebody's trying to sell you a membership for 100 gyms that costs twice the price, you don't need that. Working out is hard enough. You're not going to drive 20 miles or 50 miles to go to some super spot. You need something that works with your schedule, but also with your budget.
Mm-hmm. So basically, match the contract to your needs.
And also, be careful about the contract that you get. How can I say this? That I don't want to say you get herded into, but I try and teach people in Memoirs of a Gym Rat about the techniques that, the mind games that sales reps are trained to use on them. But you want to avoid getting locked into a long-term contract. I recommend for my people and my readers, try and get a pay-as-you-go plan. Because if you find that you can't go, why should you be paying for the next 2 or 3 years for something you're not using?
Mm-hmm. And that's
giving away money.
Makes sense. Max, now where can someone find your book so they can read it before they start doing their research?
Well, I think it makes a great stocking stuffer, that's for sure. Memoirs of a Gym Rat is available through Amazon and Barnes & Noble. But for the holidays, I recommend people just go to the website, memoirsofagymrat.com. There's actually a holiday discount set up on the site for them. So besides saving money with your gym membership, you get 20% off of the book itself.
Fantastic. Can you hold a copy up for them?
Of course.
Fantastic. Max, we want to thank you for joining us today. We want to thank our audience for spending these few minutes here with us, and hope that the gym that they sign up for is a good one and get some great physical shape. And remind them to join us again. You can find the Dollar Stretcher on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, Pinterest, and YouTube, and naturally on thedollarstretcher.com. I'm Gary Foreman, and I thank you. Goodbye.